there, and welcome back to Elements of Art and the unit on color. I'm Natasha's friend Caroline, and I was just about to have a bit of a snack, and this apple and our upcoming lesson on the color wheel had me thinking. Have you ever heard of Sir Isaac Newton? Can you remember what he's particularly known for? Yep, the apple head collision and his study of gravity and motion. But did you know that he also has some historical significance in the art world? Specifically, the color wheel. So in honor of Mr. Newton and his contributions to color, I thought we should paint a bit of a picture. And why not start with this happy little apple here, and then we'll add in some other fruits and veggies to fully represent the rainbow spectrum discovered by Mr. Newton. For this, though, we're going to limit our palette to red, yellow, and blue. Any ideas on why that might be? Well, it just so happens that those are the colors that will best help us out today with our study on primary, secondary, and tertiary colors and the different functions of each. We'll also talk about the color wheel and how we can use it to show the relationship between colors. Let's get started. Today's lesson is going to be fun. Natasha will be working through painting a selection of fruits and vegetables, while we will also fill in color on our PDF color wheel. You're invited to produce a produce painting alongside me, or you're welcome to just create the colors with your PDF. Either way, you will need some paints today, specifically in the colors red, yellow, and blue. Be sure and grab some of your other materials like a pencil, brush, water, paper towel, and paper or canvas. Feel free to pause the video to get your supplies together. So, as I mentioned, Sir Isaac Newton was the first to find that white light could be split into a spectrum: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet, arranged just as they appear in a natural rainbow. Newton arranged these colors in a circle to visually represent their relationships. The color wheel we have today evolved from Newton's circular color theory, becoming more sophisticated over time. Let's hand it off to Natasha for guiding you through the fruits and vegetable painting.
So, we are starting here with red, yellow, and blue paints only on our palette. Have you figured out why? The colors red, yellow, and blue are known as primary colors because they form the basis for all other colors in art and color mixing. I don't want you to just take my word for it, though. Think about your own experiences with mixing colors. Have you ever combined two different colors to create red, yellow, or blue?
Well, I certainly can't think of an occasion, can you? Well, you can mix primary colors to create an array of other colors. You cannot create primary colors by mixing any other colors together. Take a moment to pause the video and add the primary colors to your color wheel in the PDF.
So looking at these primaries here, I can confidently choose which color I would begin with to paint my apple. Blue. Just kidding. Red, of course. I'll sketch an apple right here and give it a nice base coat of red. There we are, a nice apple. Now I get to have some fun and think of some fruits or veggies I could add into my design that fit the other primaries. With yellow, what would you add? I could imagine a shucked ear of corn, a summer squash, some lemons, a yellow pepper, but I think I'll go with a classic banana for the yellow element within my still life. Let me go ahead and add that now. Now for blue. This one is not the easiest. For my design, I think I'll add in some classic blueberries. Okay, so I have started a nice little still life here, but it feels pretty limited with just using red, yellow, and blue, doesn't it? It would be nice to have a bit more color going on, and some more fruit and veggie variety. How could I do this? What if I wanted to add in some carrots or grapes? I don't think blue carrots or yellow grapes would look the most appetizing. Of course, we can mix primary colors to make secondary colors and give us some more options for creating our fruit and veggie still life. So, accessing your prior knowledge, do you happen to know the colors I'll need to mix to make green, orange, and purple? If you can't quite remember, hang on and we'll go over it.
Okay, I've got this. So our secondary colors, orange, green, and violet, are made in a specific way. You may already know that each of these secondary colors has two primary parent colors.
Right. Secondary colors lie between their two parent colors on the color wheel. So where would we place orange? The parents of orange are red and yellow, so it goes right here. Next, we have green. Where would it go on the wheel? Yep, right here between blue and yellow. Our last secondary spot is here between blue and red. What is left? That's right, violet.
Now that Natasha has helped us to have our secondaries and their recipes, let's go ahead and fill them in on their appropriate places on the color wheel. Pause the video and make sure you've placed your secondaries in their correct places in your PDF.
Next, I'll select the produce I want to incorporate into my painting to represent them. What would you choose for the three secondary colors? I think I'll choose a carrot for orange, some grapes for green, and an eggplant for violet. For each of these foods, I'll mix their colors from my set of primaries. You can pause the video here if you'd like to add these fruits and veggies to your painting. Okay, let's check this out. This is working out nicely. And now I have primaries and secondaries represented. We've definitely made some progress. Only problem is, it's pretty flat looking, right? Keep in mind, fake plastic play food is typically the only place you'll see fruit and vegetables with a single perfectly flat color. To make this painting begin to feel a little bit more natural, we may need to find some more intermediary hues. Take the apple, for instance. It has a bit of an orangey look to it, somewhat along the lines of a red-orange. Is that recognized as a color?
Oh, I know this! It actually is. Colors like red-orange are referred to as tertiary colors, which we get by mixing primary colors with secondary colors. It just so happens that tertiary colors are the ones that will be filling up the remaining blank spots on our color wheel. Let's take a look at our color wheel. Where would we place our new friend, red-orange, on the wheel? Would it fit anywhere near blue? Nope, no way. The fun thing about tertiary colors is that their names tell you where they belong. So red-orange snuggles up right between red and orange. See if you can mix up the remaining tertiaries. One thing to note is that the primary parent's name comes before the secondary, like blue-violet or yellow-green. Let's take a look at our completed color wheels and make sure we have all of our colors accounted for and in the right spots. You can pause the video and double check your labeled colors.
Alright, let's get back to our painting. Let's begin putting in some of these tertiary colors to add a little more naturalness and realism to our foods. Let's start with making some red-orange to add into our apple. How much of each paint color do you think we should use? Well, orange we know is composed of red and yellow, so if I want it to be red-orange, I probably need to go a little bit heavier on the red and add in less yellow. Okay, while I add this to my apple, let's think about where some other tertiary colors could find their place. What tertiary is often seen in a less than ripe banana? Yep, a nice yellow-green. We can also add in some red-violet to the eggplant, a little blue-green to the berries, and a layer of yellow-orange to our carrot. Feel free to tweak the color of other areas, like the stems, and introduce extra touches of tertiary colors as needed. Check out what I've managed to do so far. How does it appear to you? I believe it's starting to take form nicely, but I can see we're still missing a crucial part. There's no shadows or highlights yet. Any thought on how we might introduce them? Just a hint, we're going to get into that in our upcoming lesson.
So fun! I hope you enjoyed our colorful journey today with Natasha, helping us to revisit the basics of the color wheel with primary, secondary, and tertiary colors. Being inspired by Sir Newton's color wheel was a highlight for me. Keep practicing color mixing on your own and have fun with the PDF activities included in the lesson. Remember while you mix that art is all around you.
Hey, hey.